Well, we're here with Shelby Lewis, who is the Recycling Coordinator for the City of Tampa. And Shelby, thanks for taking us on this tour.
Thank
Great
you
to
for
see you.
coming along. Yeah, you too.
All right, so what's in it for the citizens of Tampa? Why should people be recycling? What's the positive side?
I mean, that's a great question because everybody wants to know why. And why is because, one, it's the right thing to do. It's waste diversion, which is really incredibly helpful. We have a city of almost 400,000 people who create up to 4 pounds of trash every single day. So if we can take some of that trash that is recyclable, that we accept in our curbside program, and put it into the recycling, then we're creating waste diversion, which helps with energy savings. Not wasting those resources, that those materials were pulled from the earth, and just helps keep a better, clean world for local and, global.
Are we running out of landfill space?
So in the city of Tampa, we use a waste to energy plant, and that is the main way that we do that we handle and dispose of trash. And with that, we take the trash and we burn it and get energy recovery out of it. Now, whether you're dealing with landfill or waste to energy, there is a specific amount of space or capacity that can be handled. So at some point, you do hit capacity. Now, we're not completely there yet in the city of Tampa, but every area is heading that way as less space is available, more residents are moving in. So we always have to look at what waste diversion opportunities we can do.
Now, you've taken us on a tour of this recycling plant, and all the stuff that we see behind us is going to be recycled. But I noticed that some people use their recycle container as simply a garbage container. Mm-hmm. What's the weirdest thing that you've seen in the recycling bin?
Literally anything that you can think of, we have seen it in recycling. I would say one of the funniest things is a kitchen sink. So when people say everything but the kitchen sink, we say everything and the kitchen sink.
Does the city make money off recycled materials?
No, that's a great question. Maybe back in the golden era of recycling, it used to be profitable for cities, and it is no longer profitable. It actually is an extensive cost, but the city continues to run this program despite the cost because it is, again, the right thing to do for the environment and the community.
But there are some things that are valuable, such as?
For sure. The most valuable for recycling commodities would be aluminum cans. Those are infinitely recyclable. They can be recycled forever. So once that material is pulled from the earth, then it can stay in that same style for the rest of time, long after we're still on this earth. Milk jugs are going to be great to recycle. Plastic bottles are great to recycle. And then cardboard. Those are some of your top items that you want to make sure that those never make it in the trash. They always make it in your recycling.
So we're going to do the do's and don'ts of what not to put in first in the recycling. Then we'll find out what we absolutely should put in.
Yeah.
So give us what's the number one item that people should not put in their recycling?
So the top contaminant, this one we see so often in so many people's recycling carts, are going to be plastic bags. Mm-hmm. Now that means bagged recycling. So if I was to put any of my recycling in this bag, we don't know what's in here. We don't know if it's trash, if it's dangerous. So bagged recycling does not get sorted. It gets treated as trash because of the dangers that could be in here. So never bag your recycling. And that means basically any plastic bag. So you're gonna have, all sorts of different plastic bags. People really recognize grocery bags as not able to be put in your curbside recycling cart. But that also means, any bag that's out there, even a produce bag, any plastic bag should not go in your recycling.
There's a term in recycling called tanglers, and these gum up your works. These actually stop you from recycling. What's a tangler?
So a tangler is anything that can wrap around your wrist. So if it can wrap around your wrist, it's going to wrap around the machinery that helps sort all of this stuff out. We make it convenient so that you can put everything in one cart, all of your recyclables, but that means there's limits. And tanglers are something that cause this facility here to shut down twice a day to get those out, and they have to cut them out by hand. So it's quite the process, and we lose production time, so less recyclables get sorted.
So what are some of the other things that we should not put in our recycle bins?
Okay, so another one that we see is food waste or food residue. And that can be something like you have a peanut butter jar that still has a bunch of peanut butter in it. If it's glass, when that glass breaks, that peanut butter is going to go on cardboard, on paper, on everything, and it's going to contaminate it, and it can no longer be recycled. So food waste is a huge issue that we see. So just making sure that any material that you're putting in is clean enough When you tip it over, there's no food left in it, there's no residue. A simple rinse and shake usually does the job.
Does that include my pizza box that has extra cheese that's spilled out?
Yeah, so cardboard that's dirty or soiled or greasy cannot be recycled because of those elements in the City of Tampa's program. So if it has that food residue that you can't get out, then that should go in your trash.
All right, so I see you've got some other items here.
Yes.
too.
So another one that we see quite frequently that people think is recyclable are foam type of items. So these are not recyclable. They are very hard to recycle material, and currently for single stream curbside recycling, there's no market for them. So these should not go in your bin. If you can avoid using any of the materials that are here that aren't accepted, that's the best route to go, but these are some of our top issues
And
here.
that's one of the keys, reduce and reuse
Yes.
before you recycle.
Exactly. Recycling is great, it's needed, it is a great waste diversion technique. It's one of the most basic forms of waste diversion. It's been around for quite some time, but we always like to remind people reduce, reuse, recycle. So if you're looking at it that way, recycling is third place, and we want everybody to strive for first place. So reducing is really the best option that you could go for.
What about batteries and electronics?
Batteries and electronics can be very dangerous. So if you have a lithium ion battery, if you have a rechargeable battery, those can cause fires, and they do cause fires frequently. We've seen them in our trucks, so they put our drivers at risk. We've also had them at this WM facility, so they put the employees at risk and the whole operation at risk. So anytime you have a rechargeable battery or a lithium ion battery, take it to a drop-off site. And if you don't know where to go, if you're a City of Tampa customer, we have our Tampa Trash and Recycling app that will tell you exactly where you can take those items. Alkaline batteries are okay to go in the trash. So your AA's, those type of batteries are safe for the trash. It's the lithium ion and the rechargeable the button batteries. Those should not be in your trash or your recycling.
And where do you put your aerosol spray cans?
So those can go in your trash. So they are metal, which a lot of people think that means that we should put them in the recycling, but they do cause sometimes explosions, and they can explode. So they're not the safest thing for the people who are out here working to sort through the items. When they get sent to the trash, your trash is not sorted through by hand like it is a lot of the stuff here, so it's less safe. So we ask to put these in the trash.
And are there other kinds of plastic items besides those plastic bags we looked at first that should not go in?
Yeah, so pretty much when it comes to plastics, the two things you want to focus on are bottles and jugs. If it's not that, then you should most likely put it in your trash. So you have miscellaneous plastic is what we usually call it, but plastics like a straw or something like this. These items are not only not going to get recycled, but they're so small that they're going to end up with the glass after it's been sorted. So any item smaller than the size of your fist should never go in your recycling cart because it will contaminate the post-sorted glass.
Let's talk about some of the things that we absolutely can recycle that make a good use of our recycle bin.
Okay, so like we mentioned, some of the better things to recycle. Jugs, plastic jugs, great thing to recycle. You can recycle plastic jugs that are natural colored like this, or ones like laundry detergent.
Even with the label on?
Label on is totally fine. So the way that this is treated, once it leaves this facility to get melted down, the labels are not an issue for them. So another item that's great to recycle is cardboard. Labels are okay, a little bit of duct tape is okay, the normal stuff, it's totally fine. We just ask that you flatten it, it goes in your recycling bin, and then it will fall out of the recycling bin. If it's flat, it'll slide right out, won't cause any litter, and cardboard is amazing to recycle. It should always end up in your cart.
Now, I know newspapers are recyclable, but what about those shiny flyers that we get sometimes in the newspaper, sometimes from political candidates?
Right.
Are those recyclable?
So glossy papers like postcards or things like that are allowed in your curbside recycling cart. If it is a junk mailer that's plastic, which we're starting to see a little more frequently these days, that needs to go in the trash because, again, that's not a plastic bottle or jug, so that plastic should not be put in the recycling cart.
Okay, and what about envelopes that have a cellophane window?
Yeah, those are okay. We are okay with the envelopes with a little bit of plastic window. So it can get, a little bit confusing, but those envelopes with the windows, they're fine.
So where can people find out more for the City of Tampa? If they want to look at the absolute best list
Yeah.
that identifies what should be recycled, what not.
Right.
Where do you go?
So we try and make it really simple, whatever your preference is. We have a phone number you can call. We have a website, which is tampa.gov/recycle. That will give you the list. And then we have an app that's called the Tampa Trash and Recycling app. And you can type in literally any item you're looking to get rid of, and it'll tell you what you can do with it. And not just recycle it, it may be composting it. You may be able to donate it. You may drop it off. So we give you the full list there of places you can go.
Shelby Lewis, thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you
Nice
so
to
much.
meet you.
You too, thank you.